Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Nerd Thug Radio. Holla at your boys.
Get your boys.
Second segment of the show, episode 40, milestone, the midlife crisis episodes. Let's just call these next 10 episodes the midlife crisis. Like when we do our anthology, like 10 years from now, like the midlife crisis years.
When we do the double disc?
The double disc, yeah.
So then they'll be on like...
Can I get the iPhone days, the entirety, put on vinyl?
Yeah, that'd be great, right? I don't know if a vinyl could hold it because it's like 10 hours.
That would be a trip, man.
You'd have to put it on like
four vinyls?
So it's the album called the iPhone days.
Man.
So,
Nico, that's probably the best idea you've ever had.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the best one ever.
ever. You should hear the stuff he comes up with. Like it's terrible.
Anime.
I don't come up with it. It's just someone else.
You're the lover of it.
I do love it.
No, like, you have ideas like anime.
Yeah, your ideas are like anime.
Right.
That's how bad they are.
Similar but not congruent.
So, at work...
That was my line.
What's your line?
Similar but not congruent.
No, that's my line.
I said it first.
I've been saying
and
that...
then you just took it from me.
I've been saying that before you were born.
You stole it from me.
I've been saying that before you were born, Nico.
Oh.
How factual is that?
It's factual. Ask my wife.
Comment?
I've been saying that with her since
Care to question?
we dated.
Comment?
He has nothing.
I have nothing.
He has nothing.
Jon Snow.
I win.
Jon Snow.
So at work,
My original nickname.
I do all the interviewing process for people who we try to hire.
Can I just say I think interviews are ridiculous?
They kind of are.
I think they're absolutely ridiculous.
I've nailed every interview I've been to,
right?
And I literally probably don't know what I'm applying for.
No,
I really don't.
Well, okay. When I worked with you, that interview went so well that they promoted me in the interview.
Yeah,
I got a $3 raise in the interview.
You know what? Speaking of that, so I was talking. I have a close friend of mine who is a friend of the show.
All right.
His name's Cody Beckendorf. Shout out, bro. First time you're shout out on the show.
Whoop, whoop.
I mean, this guy literally, if I don't put the podcast up, because he lives out in Brenham, right?
Oh,
so if the podcast doesn't go up by like 9 o'clock Tuesday morning, my phone is bombarded with text messages like, dude, where's the show? What's going on this week? What the heck, man? Like, how am I supposed to listen to this?
You gotta mess with them 1 week. Like, you gotta mess with them and just be like, yeah, man, the band broke up.
It's
no show.
So anyway,
show.
So he was telling me, we were talking about interviews this week. This is kind of where this segment's going, like where it came from. And he was telling me that he was in an interview one time, and they asked him a question about, hey, well, do you have any of your own tools? He's a machinist. So he starts, yeah, man, I got this, rattling off. And the guy's like, really? He's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't I have those? I'm going to school to be a machinist.
Right.
Yeah. And he said, the guy looked at him and said, you know what, man? You just earned yourself $2 more. Leave your tools at home. You start next Monday.
I mean,
that's promoted in the interview.
That's pretty awesome.
It's yeah. When you sometimes you sit in an interview and you just connect with the person, that doesn't mean you're qualified for anything that's about to happen.
Okay, this is what I do, because 9 out of the 10 jobs that I interview people for are entry-level positions.
Right.
You really need no skills.
Right.
You can pass a drug test. Your driving record's clean. I'm going to hire you.
Right.
Like, there's no other prerequisites.
Unless you, well, no, I mean, yeah, no, yeah.
Unless you have, there's no other prerequisites. Right. So when I'm interviewing these people, I could care less what their resume says. I'm just looking to see what kind of bond I create with them. Like, are they sitting up straight? They look me in the eye when I talk to them.
Right, there's little cues.
Do they look me in the eye? Do they engage me? I always ask them what they're into. Like, what do you do outside of work? Because the first guy that tells me, oh, nothing, man, I just really love working. You're not hired.
Right, no, because you're clearly like snake oil salesman.
Right. And so I was telling you, like, my interview trick is...
I do like this trick. It's a good trick.
I get about 3 to 5 minutes into the interview. We're feeling comfortable with one another. I give them an opportunity to ask questions. Yeah. And then I look at them and I say, what's your biggest flaw? What is your biggest weakness? What are you not good at? And most of them are like, like they don't know what to say, right? They're like,
because it feels like a lose-lose question,
right? And the people who, when I get the answer I want, I want them to tell me something, right? And so I tell them, look, man, just like Tony Stark says, I can't trust a guy without a dark side. Like, if you're gonna bullcrap me and tell me that you have no weaknesses,
I have no weaknesses.
You are a liar. You are the biggest liar there is.
Yeah, you're not. There's no such thing as like a perfect employee.
No.
So when you're going through that interview process, like you don't want to. You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
And so the question is kind of it's an undressing question, clearly, because it's sort of like, oh, what's going on behind the fake? But I mean, if you're I feel like interviews are kind of
right. And I tell them, like, once they answer, I said, look, man, I just wanted to see if you would answer the question, because if you answer the question, actually, like, give me an answer, then I kind of can trust you because you're putting yourself out there. And I was like, I'm just looking to trust you.
Right.
Basically.
You just want to hear, like...
no, because nobody's perfect.
Right. I'm kind of bad at math. You know, like, you're like, okay, well...
Okay, that's cool. We can get around that.
Yeah, I'll pay attention to your numbers.
So, it got me and you thinking, as I told you this. And Mommy Savage, she joined in on this as well. We were goofing off with it. It's like, okay, well, if you want to hear them answer something, what are some answers you don't want to hear them say?
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, this is rough.
Yeah, so then no.
No, so like...
Yeah.
So number one's clearly no weaknesses.
No. It's more like, well, I mean, I really can't go within 5 miles of a school zone.
Yeah.
That's
my biggest weakness is that I'm limited in travel.
I'm limited in travel.
Right. None of these places I'm delivering to are by a school.
I don't own a driver's license and or car.
Okay, well, that's not going to get it done.
Side note, never mind, I can't say that on the air.
My biggest weakness...
I know where you're going.
So, some of the people who have been hired for the position of driver in the universe didn't have that.
That's impressive.
Right.
I'm not really good at working with dumb people. I tend to point out their dumbness in a variety of ways.
My flaw is that I'm such a hard worker that sometimes I forget, like, to eat or sleep, and I've literally died 6 times. I'm working so hard.
I have died legitimately 8 times.
That's right. This is life number 7 for me.
I don't get along with the elderly because they move really slow.
And they smell.
And that becomes an issue with me. I tend to cook fish in the microwave at lunch, and it stinks up the office. I hope that's not a problem.
That is a problem. You're not hired.
I like to listen to Icelandic yodeling, but I'll use my Dre Beats on a volume of 11. Is that cool?
Oh, man, that's great.
I lost my Dre Beats. I only have my Dre pill now.
The pill? Doesn't that sound like... Never mind.
I have a tendency...
It sounds like something you have to buy behind the counter at a pharmacy.
I have a tendency to steal office supplies when no one's looking and take them home to create my own office.
Right.
And that shouldn't be an issue, though, I don't think.
I can't read names on lunch pails.
That's a good one. Okay.
I'm just going to jack every sandwich in the fridge.
So since we're doing this, I've got to tell a Rusty story.
Oh, tell me. Oh, okay. God. Oh, God.
So here's a Rusty story. I don't know if I've told this one. I don't think so. So our friend Brian, Magic Brian.
Yeah.
Magic Brian.
Him and Rusty were working together at one of our locations.
Oh, Lord.
And this particular location, every Wednesday, the manager would buy them lunch.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They'd buy them lunch. So they all go to Whataburger. Everyone writes down what burger they want, right? Well, Rusty puts down he just wants a plain double cheeseburger, lettuce, tomato, bada boom, that's it, right?
No sauce.
No sauce.
Okay.
Right. And Magic Brian's like, I want the new Southwestern, whatever it was, the Southwestern hamburger, cheeseburger that's got like literally onions and guacamole and like all this
it's like
sauce.
Spicy, but not.
Yeah, all this flavor, this glorious flavor. And so Whataburger comes back, and Magic Brian's like in the middle of doing some work, so he doesn't get to eat right away. And he goes in there about 20 minutes after all the burgers have been delivered, and he's looking through the bags, and he doesn't find his burger. And he's like, what the heck, did no one get my burger? Well, then there's the receipt on the bag, and he's looking at it like, no, it's clearly here. And he looks over, and Rusty is like 3/4 into this hamburger. And he's like, dude, what the heck, man? Like, that's my burger. He's like, what do you mean? I didn't even know. I just picked up a burger and started eating it. He's like, how did you not know that you ordered a burger with no sauce and you're eating the most flavorful burger?
Right. It has avocado.
Whataburger has to offer.
Right.
There's about 1 million spices and sauces on this thing, and I picked the one with no sauce.
Oh my goodness!
Like that's the thing. Like you unwrap the burger and you look at it, and then you're like, oh, it's clearly not mine. So you wrap it up and you put it back. Like that's the burger procedure.
That's burger etiquette. Everyone has group ordered before.
Yeah.
Everyone has group ordered. Everyone knows the group order rule. You always live by the group order rule.
I have a tendency not to share company food with people either. So
if
one
there's
time
catering, I will literally forcefully throw people out of the room so I can have more of it.
No, we do birthdays, right? Like my boss, she'll make a cake. Like, hey, what cake do you like? What's your favorite cake? I'll make it for you for your birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
So Rusty was like, red velvet's my favorite cake. So I was like, okay, cool.
Good choice.
So she comes in. It's his birthday. She's like, hey, happy birthday, Rusty. And she puts it on his desk. He's like, oh, thanks. He keeps it on his desk all day. He cuts him a couple slices off. And then when it's lunchtime, he grabs this cake and he leaves. And he comes back with this cake. It's like half gone at this point. And then throughout the day, he eats a few more pieces. And the day's over, he gets up and leaves. Everybody else like shares their cake with the office, but not good old Rusty. Rusty
Cake. It was made for him.
It was my cake. It was my birthday.
Right, it was for me.
It was for me.
He didn't expect anyone to get him presents because his present was just the cake. Everyone's slices are now his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old Rusty.
You know what's funny is when we worked together in the office, and then they would do the Wednesday meals.
Yep.
And we'd always have. There's always the people who make the extra plates.
Oh my God.
The go home plate before everyone's eaten.
Right.
And I don't understand. Like, that's the rudest thing to me.
Usually,
You let everyone eat, and then what's ever left, you just take it.
Right.
But no, they'd go in there and they'd get them a plate, and then they would make another plate, and then like cover it up with like 2 plates, and they'd be walking around like, where are you going?
Right.
Oh, I'm taking this home. Well, hey, that guy hasn't eaten yet.
Right.
And neither has Rusty.
Right. The warehouse hasn't completed their task and come in for lunch yet. But
I'm taking
go
this
ahead.
plate home.
Go ahead, double up. That's
Yeah,
cool.
double up, you jerk.
So like, if we get to the point where literally they would like count 2 ribs a person.
Yeah.
Like,
You get 1 spoon of macaroni and cheese.
So stupid. That was some good mac and cheese.
I have a tendency to make a take-home plate if we have food. I hope that's not going to be an issue when it comes to hiring me.
Man, what if you had like Wonder Woman's lasso of truth in an interview?
Oh man, that'd be so awesome. That's the one time like superpowers would come to use in like the office
real world.
place.
Yeah, because like
The workforce.
people are so full of it, man. Like,
Yeah.
and-
I literally have no weaknesses.
right. Like,
Literally, no. Like I interviewed this guy and I was super excited about him, and it turns out his license was suspended. I was like, son of a.
and like he knew that.
Yeah.
He knew that the whole time he was interviewing. There was no. His hope was that somehow that wouldn't. Come
He'd
up.
slip through.
Right.
Let's slip out to a break real quick.
Oh.
When we
hey.
come back,
Oh.
we are going to get into the X-Men movie franchise. Going back to the nerd side.
Oh
Nerd Radio.
yeah. Hashtag talking nerdy to you.